light, dry, powdery, puffy snow, but it will have a chance to accumulate because it'll be plenty cold. But accumulations in the southern part of the viewing area, generally less than an inch. A couple of pockets could see it over an inch, but generally less than an inch. We've already hit the 36 for the high early this morning. Light morning snow south tomorrow with temperatures in the 20s. 8 on Friday morning and a very cold couple of days there. 45 with rain Saturday and Saturday night and falling temperatures on Sunday. News 4 Great Day next.
Nothing in a way. This is the start of something big.
It's 30 minutes of that. That's the first half of the show. Thank God it's not. Good morning. Happy
First
Wednesday.
half of your last show.
Yeah, welcome to News 4 Great Day. Kent Earhart,
Hump
Matt
day.
Chambers. That's right, Hump Day. Laura Hediger still off. Little honeymoon this week. She will be back somewhere very close to this area on Monday, and she'll have some stories to share. Believe me. It's National Bird Day. We talked a little bit about that yesterday.
So by all means, give someone the bird.
No, that's not. No, I mean actual birds.
Oh,
the ones that fly and yes.
I'm so sorry. Well, I've got some apologizing to do. I've got to make some calls.
Dear boss, I totally misconstrued
I sent out a few
day
videos this morning, and that I maybe.
Wow, there's probably a day for that, though. I don't know what it is.
Every other day.
Yeah, we've got a special interview with the St. Louis Zoo from the Birdhouse coming up a little bit later. We're excited about that. It's also, make of this what you will, National Whipped Cream Day. We want to hear from you before Kent has a chance to chime in on Twitter. And as always, use that hashtag GDSTL.
Careful today, though.
Yeah, be careful because it's National Bird Day. See. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, though. The username is the same there, at News4 Great Day.
The number 4.
The number 4.
You got to tell people that.
Do we?
Every day for the rest of your career.
The numeral 4.
Yes, the numeral 4. All right, we're going to get to coffee talk in a moment, and it is going to be good. And we have cookies today.
We do have
Birds and cookies.
smiley
All in one
cookies.
show.
Like this is a cookie that will literally put a smile on your
Birds, cookies, Claire Kellett.
Yeah, and whipped cream. I mean, really.
Yeah.
face.
Yes.
Just to the icing on
I
the
had a
cake.
dream that started like that
No,
once.
good
You should
lord.
have heard me in here. I was like, oh, Kent, don't say it. Okay,
Yeah.
you got it. Okay, you mature. Nope, you weren't mature. Okay, anybody?
Here we are.
And then
Who's
Matt
shocked?
said whipped
Raise
cream,
your
and I
hand.
went, oh, Chambers.
I know. Well, it's the thing. It's bird day. It's whipped cream day. Claire, I'm just here to convey the.
Yeah.
He doesn't make the news. He just reads it.
Okay,
Right.
by the way, Matt, do you have a New Year's resolution? Because you're always in here and I get to say hi to you 22 seconds before the show starts, and you weren't in here today. You're putting on your makeup usually over
I
here?
happened to come downstairs 2 minutes early, and let me tell you, that made all the difference in the world.
Wow, I'm
Really did.
impressed. Let me know what it feels like to be on time, because I'm right there
I'll
with
write
you.
you a note.
Yes. All right, we'll dive into the news in the morning. A new mask mandate now in effect in St. Louis County. Councilwoman Lisa Clancy introduced the order claiming a mask mandate will help fight the spread of the Omicron variant. The mandate passed along party lines by a vote of 4-3.
I'm going to continue to side with medical professionals, with science about the benefits of masking and everything else that we need to be doing comprehensively to push back on the spread of COVID.
Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt took to Twitter during last night's meeting. He said, quote, the COVID tyrants are at it again in St. Louis County with another illegal mask order, end quote, adding that he plans to file suit this morning against it. This afternoon, leaders from all of the St. Louis Task Force hospitals will be coming together to address what they are seeing right now inside their buildings. There are 1,023 COVID patients in the St. Louis area hospitals right now, nearly twice as many as we had 2 weeks ago. Now, here's some perspective on how quickly that number is rising. Take a look here as I walk you through it. In the last 2 weeks, St. Louis hospitals have seen an increase of 463 COVID patients. The 2 weeks before that, you see the smaller blue box there, it was an increase of 81 patients. So we can throw a lot of numbers your way, guys, but when you see it there in a bar graph like that and the stark difference between the numbers, that's what really hits home with you.
But I think there are a lot of people concerned about another part of the story that we did earlier, that with this testing, that the hospitals are not reporting those positive numbers.
When you're doing the at-home test?
The at-home test,
Right,
Yeah,
to the
right.
state.
Yeah.
So how could they?
Right.
And in some cases, even the ones that they're getting, right, they're not reporting, or am I wrong there? Was I misled?
Mainly just the at-home testing.
Mainly,
one,
yeah.
right? Mhm.
So we don't even know what the actual numbers are. The primary concern in my mind right now is that the infection numbers are so high. We don't even know how high they are, but we know they're very high. Everybody's talking, oh, mine's got it, he's got it, she's got it.
Yep.
And even though we talk about how with Omicron that the severe cases are much lower,
Right.
the overall numbers are so high
Huge.
that even the lower numbers can overwhelm the hospitals. And I think that the naysayers are going to look at that and say, oh, they're the most severe, much lower severe, I'm not worried about it. But talk to anybody who works in a hospital and they'll tell you they're overwhelmed right now. And that's what I worry about.
Yeah, it's a good point. And that's what we've harped on from the beginning, is overwhelming the healthcare
And the
system.
impact across the board. Nobody wants to work. Now the restaurants are closing again, and we got 2 months to get out of the winter here.
Good news is Claire Kellett's got a half an hour before we talk to her again, and by then she'll have all of these problems solved. She's
I
gonna
will
come
solve
with
all of
solutions.
life's
Whipped cream.
problems between now and then. Not with
No.
cream.
Whipped
Maybe
cream
with the
can
bird.
solve a lot of problems.
Oh, Claire, please.
can.
Please come back in 25 minutes.
Jury's still out on that.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
okay. Well, we hope to see you then.
Okay, goodbye.
It is time now for Coffee Talk, and we're going to pick up right where Claire Kellett left off, focusing on your health. Unfortunately, COVID-19 isn't the only virus you need to be thinking about, because here comes flu season now. Just yesterday, Missouri health officials tweeted this: for the first time this flu season, we are reporting high, widespread influenza activity. And that tweet goes on to say that for the week ending on Christmas Day, there were more than 1,900 influenza cases. Which begs the question, how do you tell the difference between the flu and COVID? The short answer is, I gotta tell you, good luck with that. The CDC says that they share a lot of the same symptoms, these two viruses: fever, chills, body aches, fatigue. Now, COVID symptoms tend to take a little longer to set in, on average about 5 days, but that can fluctuate. The flu tends to be quicker, 1 to 4 days. But does that information really help you diagnose which is which? I think
Well, if you
when
can find,
got it,
if you're
confident on when you got it.
Well,
I guess.
and what I was going to say is if you can get access to a test,
That's it.
you can test yourself for COVID. If you're still sick and you don't test positive for COVID, chances
Perhaps
are you
it's
have
the flu.
influenza.
Yep.
I say chances are because sometimes there's false positives, but not as many false positives as false negatives, from what I understand.
But you hit the nail on the head. The doctors basically say, get tested. That's the only way you're going to know the difference for sure.
Right.
I mean, you can get into the weeds and you can say, well, loss of taste and smell is more common among COVID diagnoses than it is among the flu.
But less common with Omicron. So now that's what's really making the surge right now.
Right.
So there's even more confusion between the two.
That's exactly right. Long story short, if you're symptomatic, try your best not to spread it around to other people and try to get tested.
Don't even call me if you're symptomatic. I don't even want to talk to you on the phone. Don't even email me. I don't even want to see your typing.
Wow.
All right. With the rise of Omicron variant and the hustle and bustle of the holidays behind us, here's something we haven't discussed recently on Great Day. Employers mandating vaccinations for their workers. But believe me, it is still happening. In fact, just yesterday, hundreds of employees were sent packing by one of the nation's top healthcare providers. The Mayo Clinic had a vaccination deadline for its workers that was on Monday. And on Tuesday, the company fired 700 people. Healthcare crisis, healthcare worker crisis. They're firing 700 people who did not comply. That's about 1% of the workforce of 73,000, but very significant at this particular moment. Company representatives say it is sad to lose valuable employees, but it is essential to keep patients, the workforce, visitors, communities safe. Most of the hospitals now severely limiting visitors to the hospital to try to keep the traffic flow down.
That's right.
And you know, Katie and I were talking about it the other day, even being on an elevator with someone with Omicron, where they used to talk, oh, there's that 15 minutes, 6 feet and all that.
Yep.
All of that's out the window with Omicron.
Did you see, we got an email just yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, from building management, the folks that manage Gateway Tower, that said if those elevator doors open up and there's more than 2 or 3 people there, why don't you just wait, catch the next one. I mean, here we are again, right? All right, let's shift now from your health to your money. We've got an important heads up as you begin to gather your W-2s, your 1099s, all the tax forms, because we try to provide this kind
W-2 of which you speak.
We need to talk during the break. I've
been on the lam for a few
That's
years.
a shame. Don't forget, and this is doubly important for Ken Earhart, to report income from 2021 that you made on drug deals, bribes, stolen goods, and prostitution. You heard me correctly.
Did you say bribes? All the others I got lined up, but
yeah, that one too. According to an article written for NBCNews.com, IRS publication number 17, which I actually looked up this morning, does indeed require taxpayers to include, quote, income from illegal activities such as money from dealing illegal drugs, end quote. The IRS also says that if you steal property, hey, that's okay. You just have to report its fair market value. But only if you don't return it to its rightful owner in the same year, see? Find $1 on the street? Guess what? Taxable income. Embezzle money from your employer? Yep, taxable income. Now you're probably thinking what I was thinking as I wrote this, what criminal is going to report this kind of stuff on their taxes? And then I found out it actually does happen. Here's the prime example. People who are convicted of or are expected to be convicted of embezzlement often report that income to avoid getting doubly prosecuted for tax evasion. You're thinking, isn't that a confession of guilt? Well, as it turns out, your tax returns are confidential. The IRS not allowed to share that information unless law enforcement has a case and gets access to those records. So I'm throwing that out there. We try to provide a public service to the greater St. Louis region.
So you can get in trouble if you don't.
You could, if they can prove that you make, basically any money you make, as long as it's not specifically excluded by law, is reportable income.
But I can go back and amend last year's, right?
You can't.
It's not too late?
No, it's not. But you should probably get on that.
Okay.
We're going to discuss this and the rest of Kent's portfolio on today's Great Day
Or
Extra
lack
Live.
thereof. What's left of it.
Today's GDXL kicks off on Great Day's Facebook page about 10:15 this morning. Join us, chime in, tell us all about the illicit income that you made last year. Good for you.
Yes, and be sure and put your home number on there.
That's right. GDXL is brought to you by, as always, the Bommarito Automotive.
And they must be so proud.
I'm sure they
so
are.
over there just
Always.
beaming with pride.
This is the peak
at Bommarito.
of the year so far.
Yes. Coming up next, I've never met a cookie I didn't like, but these smiley face cookies are extra, extra special, and we'll tell you the story behind them. And all about the hands that decorate them, too, when Great Day returns. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Great Day, my friends. So listen to this. The next time you're at Schnucks, right, do yourself a favor and pick up some smiley face cookies. They will not only satisfy your taste buds, but they're going to fill your heart with joy to know just how many smiles were actually made in the process of decorating those cookies. I want you to welcome to the program this morning Scott Reineberger from McArthur's Bakery to the show. Thank you so much, Scott, for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
This is a very cool concept. Tell us about the McArthur's Bakery Smiley Face Cookie Company. I know there's a lot of hands involved in this. How did it all come about? What is it?
You know, McArthur's has been doing the smiley face cookies for decades, and about a year and a half ago, we partnered with Lafayette Industries to create a new training program at our Kirkwood location called the Pioneer Bakery Cafe. And through that program, it's a competitive training program. The step-up participants really embraced the smiley face cookies to learn hard skills, and through that, we had the opportunity to grow the program.
So tell me a little bit more. We're seeing some of the, speaking of smiles, they're all smiles there in the bakery. Tell me more about how you find your employees, how you find the folks that are decorating these cookies.
So Lafayette Industries has a step-up program, which is funded through the Productive Living Board. And through their program, it's a year to 2 year training program where they work on soft skills and hard skills. And then they come into the Pioneer. So after a year, when they graduate from the program, then we try to find competitive employment opportunities. And I've been blessed through McArthur's to be able to hire 7 of them so far.
Oh, wow. That's
through the
great.
Smiley Face Cookies and partnering with Schnucks, who creates the outlet for the sales. It's just been a huge win for us and for the growth of our program.
Let's talk about the Schnucks angle for a second, because what, like 75, 77
77
locations, I
stores.
think they're
That's
involved in.
correct.
First of all, that's got to be huge, but it also creates a greater demand. So how can people support this, and are you still looking for employees? to help them?
Absolutely. So initially, we were expecting to do about 6,000 to 8,000 cookies a
Right.
week through the Schnucks program, which is about 10, 15 packs. We're doing 20, 25 packs a week, which is now about 12,000 cookies. So this team's in overdrive and
Right.
overtime. So we are looking for more people. We definitely want to grow our program. There's other ways to do it. So the best way is to go out to Lafayette Industries website. In the upper corner, there's the Step Up program, and you can apply through there.
How cool. I got to level with you, Scott. I don't know if this whole TV thing's going to work out for me. So I thought, since I got the guy right here, I could do a little audition. Can I try to
That'd be
decorate?
wonderful. We'll kind of do it
Okay.
together. And
Okay.
the beauty is we call these the most perfectly imperfect cookies. So it takes the stress out of decorating.
Good. This is right in my
So what we need
wheelhouse
to
then.
do is just, your view of a smile. So it's just 2 dots,
Okay.
nice eyes.
Yep, yep.
No. Yep. Gotta see it's getting a little hard here.
You know, it's cold outside.
It
This
is.
happens.
So the icing's firmed up a little bit. So you can kind of see, though, how hard it really can be. Yeah, there you go.
Listen, if the boss of
Look
the
at
whole
mine. I can't
operation
even get mine going.
can't
So
do it.
you're doing great.
But
You're
it's
so
like,
much better than
as
mine.
you said, it's a year of training, right?
It
So you
is,
gotta-
and there you go with nice. And that's the beauty about
am I
these
doing?
cookies. They're like fingerprints. No two are going to be alike
I do love that.
and stuff. So
And again,
You
just
are doing
Well,
phenomenal.
let's not. The horse isn't out of the
mine's just squiggles.
Just a reminder, all local Schnucks you're gonna be able to
That's
find
correct. We're at
these.
77 of those. They've been rolled out, so you'll find them in the bakery section, hopefully around the cookie table. That's the goal. Sometimes they're up front when you walk in.
Either way.
But
We applaud you for a great program.
Well,
This
thank
is
you.
a win all around. You can find a link, by the way, to apply for the team on our website, kmov.com/greatday, along with this segment, which we will post right after the show. Try to
Beautiful.
spread the word, okay,
well,
Scott?
thank you so much,
Our
everyone.
pleasure. What a cool program,
It
right?
is, and that's not really fair because when the icing gets cold, it's impossible to spread that stuff
It
out.
is.
And
But-
I've destroyed so many pastry bags in my life trying to do this. I
Two
don't even- don't
things.
even-
I have had these cookies, and you never even mentioned the fact that they're delicious. So let's throw that in there because they're really good cookies, and they're very helpful. And this, I love the fact that you did the tease for today's show, Matt, yesterday, and you said these are cookies that'll make you smile. I found myself, as I'm listening to you guys talk about this program, I'm finding myself with a smile on my face. It's a great program, and I love to see that kind of cooperative effort between private industry and
making a real difference. Yeah,
it's
for sure.
tremendous. I love it. Let's
You
all
guys
go
are
out
too
and buy
kind.
some.
Oh, thanks.
All right, thank you, fellas.